Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another live stream. Scandalous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you this time with another motherfucking live stream. Monier El Mardi, how are you, sir? Madam, sir. How you doing? Hello, Dev. Hello, Jeannie. How is everyone? Welcome, Stuart Mabe. Rest in peace, His Eminence Pope Francis, says Dev. What is up, Ricardo? I am well. How about you, Rich? I am smell. That's how I am. Yes, says Germs. Welcome, Kruthic. Good, thanks. Hope you're good, Rich. I am not bad at all. Since the Pope perished this morning, I thought I would wear this Cardinal. Cardinal, not sure if that's sacrilege. Might be a fatwa issued if I'm not careful. Welcome, Juro. But yes, I thought, bollocks, I'll go with Cardinal. We'll see what happens, you know. Must be a great day to get a video and a live. Yes. I'm doing okay. You know, I've been wet. I've been wetter. I've certainly been wetter. I've been better, but I've also been worse. Much worse, actually. So here we are, doing another live stream. Mitch, we need to find you a pine needle, a jasmine, and oud fragrance. Well, I have a pine needle and oud fragrance, so really we just need a a jasmine fragrance. But I am not a fan. Not one bit. Do not like fucking jasmine. Bah. Stuart Mabe is wearing a Bogway Mai. Vauxhall Jim, bonsoir. The fuck? Someone has supported me on Cafefe. It was Saab Replay. Thank you. Saab, you are too kind. I appreciate it. Bonsoir, Vauxhall Jim, and good evening, Sense for Thought. Thank you, Saab. How are you? I am so sore from being kicked to the curb, says Metric K. Scent of the day is Joram O. Joram O. Scent of the day is Linstaunt EDT. Scent of the night, one arm. 91 Egoist. The other arm, 2013 Egoist. Give us your analysis. Tell us what you think. I think I'm going to have to sell that Courageous on. I'm not a fan. Oh. Hello, Ryan. Can you guys kick me to a pillow or something? Bruised Mitra. Welcome, Frank. How you doing? A Luron Blanche are we today? A classic. Michael John, welcome. Krufik says, my rogue sample I'll start again. My rogue sample set is stuck in the post hell right now. I've got some stuff that's stuck at customs. You think the post office is hell. Try customs. Fuck. It's been there for nearly a week. Shit. It's not great. I can tell you. Your rogue sample set has gone rogue. Rogue by name and rogue by nature. Good grief. Frank says, Joram, oh, nice. I have a stockpile. Yes, we must all stockpile our favourite fragrances because you never know when they're going to get taken away from one. You know? Scent of the day is Portrayal Man. Unless you're one of those people who likes to ride with the changes, you know? Things change. change with them. I am not one of those people that may or may not have escaped you. You know? Centre of it is Eau Sauvage Extreme. Welcome to Dushan. Vauxhall Jim is in Portrayal Man, not Betrayal Man. I know, funny enough, I'm less bruised than some egos, says Mitra. I agree, Dioram O is good, says James. Frank says, I've been on basic designer kick for a while now. There is nothing wrong with that. Loads of my fragrances are designers. They're just designers of yore. You know what I mean? I reckon I've got a pretty healthy mix, actually. I think you will enjoy. I know fun. I've been on a basic designer kick. Tam10 says, hello. Hi. The post office has kept my sample set hostage for 15 days now. That's outrageous. Get into them. Welcome, Mike V. You are wearing Crabtree and Evelyn West Indian Lime. So I had Royal Bay Rum, the West Indian stuff. I gave them to Richie G. I hope he's wearing them. You know what I mean? They were thick and syrupy for eau de colognes. I was quite shook. You know? It's going to end up costing you on import charges? Pass, maybe. I don't know, but it'll be worth it considering what they are. They're backups, but they're backups of something fucking difficult to find. I haven't bought smelly water in what feels like ages, a month, says Ryan. 2013 is technically a vintage as it's not the current formula. Unfortunately, the performance is a lot worse in 2013. Less woody, less tobacco, more sweet and floral. Still smells such stunning. That's the main thing. St. Jeannie is wearing Chanel number 19 vintage EDT. 50 or 80 euros to free. A 200 euro fragrance. Fuck that, says Ricardo. Dushan is wearing Tobacco Original from 1959. Portrayal is better than Fahrenheit, says Ryan. That's scandalous. Scent of the day is Aventus Cologne. Paroli will be here any second, sniffing around. Portrayal and imitation are underrated, says Frank. And Dushan says, Dev, what is your favourite Italian wine? Kruthick says, to be honest, I've never even smelled vintage Fahrenheit to say Portrayal Man is better. Fucking vintage Fahrenheit's fucking incredible. Like, I was smelling a Pona by Papillon. Fucking, that's nice, and it reminds us of vintage Fahrenheit. Stuart Mapes says, I organised my shelves the other day into designer and niche and independent. Worked out about 50-50, which surprised me. Mitra says, my turn to fall asleep at Brother's voice. If you're getting the sleep, you must need the sleep. Jeannie smells amazing. Galen is here, saying, England. Imitation is such a weird sheep, or something addicting about it, says Sense for Thought. President says, I wish I was president of the Invictus DNA Never Club. Whatever reason, I actually like the Invictus Victory Elixir. This hobby is really cyclical. Ryan says, does imitation smell like La Daluric skis? Someone else will have to answer that. Papillon. Welcome, Karen. Karen is on her best behaviour. I'm wearing Mystery for Him right now, and it's better than Modern Aventus. Sorry, Paroli. Almost everything that has patchouli nowadays passes as a sheepress, says Ricardo. There's a good hour where Portrayal smells like Parma Violet. Blech! Horrible. Horrible stench. Keep it away. I've got La Daluric ski sample, but not worn it. I'll tell you next time, says Sensible Thought. LDE Imitation has similar stuff. Rose Castoreum, dark. Jeannie says, I can't cope with the dry down of a Pona. Just reminds me of pissy hay in a stable, which I guess it's maybe supposed to be. Yes. I need to smell Salome from Les Moore, says Kruthick. Every one of them Les Abstray are fantastic, says Ryan. Yes, Papillon is fantastic indeed. I adore the majority of her fragrances, says Jeannie. Mythman is the best Aventus, says Frank. Madness. Maybe Salome will grow on you, Rich. Possibly. There's one that I'm considering getting. Mladen Tesic says, Bar is a city where I would like to spend my life. We always vacation in Montenegro, but we always return to it. Well, greetings from Adrianin. Sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. Have you smelled Spell 125 yet? I think that's one that I didn't get. There were a couple I didn't get. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Modernized Aventus? Modernized Aventus, says Frank. Myth Mystery, made by the real perfumer. I'm going to Thailand soon, says Frank. I'll see if it's cheaper. Myth is cheaper there. It's already cheap relatively. I'm getting comments. Is it Anubis? You are a myrrh addict. I am a myrrh addict. I'm a big myrrhy fan. Oh God, what's this? I need to clean my gegs. I can't see a fucking thing. Anubis is my favourite Papillon. Olivia Creed invented calculus, says Kruthick. He'd probably go along with that, you know. He'd probably go along with that. I'll say that one of his horses did or some shit like that. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, please be my guest. Yeah, my friend just bought a Ventus from 2016. We will smell what the shit is really like. Well, I had a couple of 2017 bottles and still didn't impress us. Sold them. Bit shite, really. I just think it's a shite fragrance. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's not shite. I just don't think it's anything special, like. Witch Rich Mitch. Where's Mr. Ramsey anyway? He hasn't uploaded much lately, I don't think. Says Ryan. He is taking time off. Mitch, how do you like Girl on Bois Mysterio? Not very much. It smells of sweat on me. Don't like cumin. I forgot how good sartorial is, says James. Stuart says, if you split your fragrances up into indie, niche and designer, what would be the split percentage-wise of each? God knows. Loads of mine are designers, but they're all fucking designers from, like, decades ago, like, you know what I mean? So I would say they're probably mostly designer, then niche. Hardly any indie, if any at all. Like, I just think indie perfumes are a bit shit, if I'm being honest. Your friend has too much monies. Can I borrow a $5? No. How old is your bottle, James? Ryan, he's busy with personal life right now, says Kruthick. Hopefully he can come back soon. Could Roger's ghost perfumer be Jacques Cavalier? No. What, Martin? How you doing? How much chocolate have you had, Rich? Be truthful. Had one egg and a couple of bars. Scent of the night, says Mladen, is Oud Infinite. Beautiful rose for spring night. Not sure about that. Is French Flower by Frederick Malle too feminine? French Flower? What's that? French Lover? I don't think it's too floral. No, it's not too feminine. It's not too feminine at all. It's got a musky greenness. Do you know, I have no idea. I bought it a couple of years ago. Bois Mysterio's crack, says Frank. Of course, so do you see that Oud Infinite as quickly as I bought it? It's worth a fortune now. Oud Infinite smells like bung. I think you mean dung. That pissy fecal civet was way too much, says Ryan. Cheers, James. I'm just wary of Penhaligons nowadays. I hope they're not butchered, it says Sant Genie. Tam 10 says Salam has been on my wish list for a long time. I did smell Sartorio the other day, and it's not as strong as the bottle I got. I think the bottle I got's from 2016. And the tester in the store the other day wasn't great, I'm not going to lie. Saloma's been on my wish list for a long time, says Tam10. Why Mysterio was brother Ooh from that collection, says Mitra. Roger's Ghost Perfumer is Jean-Paul Guerlain, says Sense for Thought. Yes, that's a very decent point, to be fair. Spaced Out says, Rich, the fragrances that you didn't smell in a long time smell more simplistic in your mind, and if you smelled the same ones again, you get reminded of all the details that happens to me. Possibly. I kind of get what you're saying, yes. If Roger's Perfumer is Jacques, I will have to say Jacques is my favourite modern perfumer, and I don't want to say that, says Krothic. Janie, has Sartorial gone to shit? Sense for Thought says, after he got ousted for racism, he needed some extra work, says Sense for Thought. No, I think they're just saying that Roger stole the girl on cookbook. French Lover is manly, woody, mossy. I bought it for 230 and sold it for 210. At least you got most of your money back. Jean-Paul Guerlain as the ghost would be wild. He's not. James, I haven't smelled it lately. I know that the stuff the brand are bringing out these days is full horrible beast mode crap aroma chemicals. That Healy has a nice dent in it already. Yes, it came with a small dent, but I've dented it even further. I really like spraying a lot of this stuff on. It's fabulous. Frank says, Angelique sous la pluie isn't feminine either. Pass. Spaced Out says, how are Fougère d'Argent and Fougère Platine? By the way, I don't mind a Kegel Wood or Amber Woods if done well. So Fougère d'Argent's got Amber Woods in it. Fougère Platine was actually quite interesting. Fougère Platine was actually quite interesting. Because it was different. It had that weird Artemisia thing going on at the top. And I was like, ooh. But it's not something I would wear. I got quite a lot of hay from it. Like dry, grassy stick. Jeannie, that's a shame. Guess they're just following everyone else, says James. Ryan says, did you ever smell the Rogue stuff, Rich? And if so, did you like? They smell like old school men's shaving products to me, like really old school masculine. I've smelled a couple of them. I must admit, I wasn't massively impressed. A Deviche Mousselumine. There was another one I can't remember the name of. You would think I'd love them, but just felt like a bit like a sledgehammer to crack a nut, you know. Jeannie, that's a shame. Guess they're just following everyone else. I have no idea who it is. I'd like to know who Roger worked with. There is a school of thought. So recently he announced that the house had a quote-unquote new perfumer. And that perfumer is a guy who's had a lot of facial reconstructive surgery. And I can't remember what the fuck he was called now. But there's a school of thought that says it was him all along. But it's somebody from Robert. Was it Robert Tett? I think he went from Robert Tett to another brand, and I can't remember who they were, but it was somebody at Robert Tett. Antoine Cotton, says Divine. Yeah, there's some people think out loud that that's actually the guy who it was the whole time, but I think it's been a couple of different people. Maybe a few team of them, because he released a lot of stuff in a relatively short space of time, you know. Thought the Quack might be going for a live. Going live for Jeremy Fragrance's new The Mint 50ml, only 240. Don't do that. Don't buy that shit. I'm going to sample Costa Azzurra and Oud Mineral, almost also Atman Zaman and Piper Negrum is spaced out. Piper Negrum was quite peppery, actually. Roger is just a chill guy with lots of money who loves vintage fragrances. Top geezer. I mean, that's not all he is. He's somebody who takes credit for other people's work as well, but not to worry. Still need to buy Cop Al Azure from Edis de Venustus, says Ryan. I haven't worn Irish Nazarena this spring, but it hasn't been like that kind of weather. It hasn't been wet. Antoine Cotton. It's pronounced Salome. Hope you don't mind me saying. My favourite at the moment. I don't mind you saying. It's fine. I wore Dear Man the other day. After getting used to standard Sillage frags, Dear is so weak. Dear is weak, actually, as far as push, throw is concerned. It really is very, very, very mild. Cotton only has credentials so far on Apex, O Intense, and Eola Verde. Yeah, but Roger's got credentials on all the other ones, and he didn't make them. You know what I mean? He's not a perfumer. So, I mean, the guy could have made a lot of other perfumes for him, and we wouldn't know. Maybe that was part of the deal. Plum Chabanais needs to hurry and come back, says Frank. Who's tried the new Les Indomptables Rose de Jamal extract? I'm going to be getting it, but I'm not sure when. Not sure when. I have vintage Dear Man for sale on eBay at the minute. Non-magnetic cap. Still not beast, but lasts well. Dear and Fate are the worst Amouages, says MS Bitteth. Dear Man is the closest to Girl on Dandy, says Frank. Fate Man is amazing, says Stuart. Ryan says, still looking forward to Les Indomptables, the upcoming Immortel one. Eee. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but I'll try it. I've got the old private blend Oud Mineral. It's very good, says Vauxhall Jim. Would love to get rid of my Fate Man, says MS Bitteth. New Les Indomptables was always exciting. It is. It is. I'm looking forward to trying it, but I don't know that I'm going to get it. I'm a bit funny with Immortel. I think everybody is. I remember them saying that it was like the leak when they didn't tell anybody which flower it was, but they said it was like the least loved flower. People were like Carnation. Some people did say Immortel, but nobody knew, and then it turned out it was Immortel. So. I always like Mineral, says Frank. Weak as hell, Dear. What the hell? I can use half the bottle. I'm not a heavy sprayer either. My Dear is at least 10 years vintage. Fate bottle is gorgeous, my dear. In non-magnetic cap. Sense for Thought says Perfumer agreed to be a ghost. Maybe they're just shy. Just teasing you. I think Roger was like Christopher Chong, basically perfumed imitation man. The perfumer that has like 4 to 5 creds. Roger doesn't actually make the perfumes. He doesn't put the ingredients together. He doesn't do the math. He doesn't do the fucking weighing of things out. He knows about some materials. He knows he's an artistic director. That's what he is. A perfumer he ain't. Immortel isn't beloved, says Karen. No. I find Immortel super dry. Hey, like apricot and like baked in the sun. Yeah, it was like second after Jubilation 25 out of all the Amouages, says Stuart Moon. I like Immortel, says Jenny. Love it in summer. I like it in Au Noir. Good day, PK. Some vintage chorus is your scent of the day. No one ever talks about how floral and powdery it is. Divine says, so he's like Renaud Saman. Yeah. Frank says, Immortel can go the curry route, but it can be used skillfully. Perfumer is very technical. Very. It's all about weighing and maths and all that sort of shebang, shizzle, etc. Dear is great, just spray some on your shirt. This portly electrician is at work today, says Babooey. Shame. I have got a really sore knee. Left knee's killing us, and I don't know why. Don't know what that's about. Plum Japanese, Ganymede, Juby, Eau Noir, has Immortel, says Frank. Not sure about Immortel being the focus of the fragrance, though. Immortel is great. Been collecting the best Immortel frags over the last couple of years. Sabla by Annette Guttel is one of the best. Annette Guttel is just a great house, really, isn't it? You know, just a great house. Sabla's is great, says Saint Genie. Sabla. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, I would not stop you. I would not stand in your way. I would not say, halt, stop that. If they re-release Plum Chardonnay, it'll be the Amber Woods overdose. Be careful what you wish for. Yes, they will replace some of the better stuff in it with Amber Woods, like they did with Beau de Jour, and they've done with other fragrances they've done that with. Eau de Soude is outstanding. Yes, it is. Any bottles lately, Rich? Yes. A couple. I'll come on to that in a minute. Could you show some Dior Homme Intenses that you have, says Alexandru. I only have one, and it is put away at the minute, sorry. It's in the drawer, but I've just got the one. Stuart says, one of the few I have multiple backups of, says Stuart. Hello, Antonio Hobson. You are wearing a Reflection Man. Frank loves the smell of deer, orris, floral, rosy, vetiver, frankincense. Peonies. Evening, Bren. How are you? Keep thinking it's Sunday. Immortel Course is great, says Tina. Welcome, Jonathan. How is Jonathan? Richard, you tried Dior Original post 2020 with the original on the bottom. I think so. Yes. Like, they just fucked up when they did all that shit. It was utterly pointless. Just massive overkill, overthought, over fucking, like, just make a different fragrance, dickheads. Yeah, Dior, you can do it. But they just wanted to get their money's worth out of the bottle mold. You know what I mean? Outrageous, says Frank. Divine, through a beautiful immortal etrem, says Rachel. Welcome, Filippo Miarelli. I need that plum smelling plum jap, says Frank. Once I click on the duck, I click the thumbs up, says Babooey. Still have over 60 mil of plum jap in there, says Frank. Sunshine Man, 1740 Marquis de Sade, Eau Noir, Immortel Course, all bangers, says Stuart. Jan Vasnier is very skilled, says Frank. Rich, do you still love Koros as much as before? No. I don't love it as much as before, although, well, I'm going to do a video about it, so I'm not going to get into it. There are many there are many caveats to what I've just said. It's not a straight line. It's not a flat circle. Perfume Snobs, welcome to you. Mitch, you're still tired of Koros. Filippo Miarelli says, Scent of the Day, De Profundis. Somebody's selling a vintage of that, but they want the best part of 400 quid. I was like, no. I love Annette Guttel's Eau de Soude. Yeah, it's fantastic. Lime and oak moss. Reminds me a lot of Homme de Grès. This is a brilliant fragrance, by the way. I've got a 10 mil vintage Fahrenheit coming in. Shall I prepare to have my mind blown? It'll be underwhelmed versus current bottle. So it depends how vintage, but if it's one of the original formulas, it's considerably better than the current one. Considerably better and different as well. So maybe you'll just have to behold the difference. You might like the current one more. You never know. Hello, Alicia. No absolutes in fragrance, says Karen. Very good. How do you rate Marbait then, Rich? Similar to Chorus? I don't like Marbait, if I'm being honest. Yes, Rich, I love that one, and Ninfeo Mayo among others, says Saint Genie. Salome is easier to wear than Koros, and Rich not liking Salome shouldn't mean he doesn't like Koros anymore, says Deluxe Lex. So I need to spend some more time with those papillons on skin. We'll see. Just me, does Lagerfeld Cologne and Koros play in the same park? Parts of them do. Parts of them absolutely don't, but bits of them do, yeah. I've owned and sold an Ninfeo Mayo 3 times. It's a bit... it goes a bit BO on me. It's heartbreaking. I keep trying. I really like the deep greenness on it, but when I put it on my skin, it turns to bad death. It turns evil on my skin. It really is very foul. And it smells lovely on paper. Really weird. And the petrol from Deep Vintage is outrageous. Modern is still good, says Frank. I went to an Hermes boutique for the first time the other day, and oh my God, I've been missing out, says Michael. What have you been missing out on? Tell me. Tell us everything. I keep daydreaming about 1740. That stuff is pure gold, says Spaced Out. Great guy is our Duchan, the only person who ever offered me a present on his own birthday. I should finally try 1740. I've been waiting for them to restock their sample set, and yet they haven't. They have not. Not they have. You know? Upsetting. Sad. Recently I've rediscovered and re-fallen in love with stuff I haven't worn in a while, Koros and its flankers, and the Lagerfeld Cologne, to name a few. says, at least it's still in your top 10. I don't do top 10s on purpose. You know, I don't think I'll ever do a top 10 perfumes ever, because it would change the next day. It may change as I'm recording the video. You know what I mean? Like, these people who do top 10 lists all the time, it's just forced. You know what I mean? It's forced and it's false. And it's just a way to just squeeze out content, and people watch it. That's what people want to see. And now I'm happy for them. If that's what they want to watch and that's what they want to do, fine. But I watch the people who make these top 10s all the time, and there's nothing wrong with the occasional top 10 at all. You know? But Jesus Christ, I couldn't have that shit all the time. Recently, I've read that. Lagerfeld Cologne is stunning, says Saint Genie. Who owns a vintage? Hermes collections are goated, says Frank. Is there a way to get Zoologist Discovery set in Europe? Yes. You can buy it straight from the website. And he'll send it to you. That's what I did. Has anyone tried the new Barbois Aldebaran? Yes, actually I have. Dura Rose brought me it and let me use it. He let me have it. I've got it somewhere. Has anyone tried? Yes, I've got it. Lagerfeld perhaps a little more ambery versus Chorus. Yes, I would agree with that. Rich, what are your thoughts on horsey frags? I am tottering between Epona and Père Guillaume, Arabian Horse. Epona much more soapy and maybe wearable, but Père Guillaume, very much authentic horse. Well, it depends what you're going for. You've answered your own question there. It depends what you are looking for. Do you want authentic horse, or do you want the utility of being able to wear a fragrance more often? You know, depends what you're looking for. What do I think on them? I'm hit or miss. I really love Paddock, but really struggle to actually where a fragrance is that horsey, you know? In this hobby, nothing is set in stone. It always changes. Yes, yes, yes. Laura G. Welcome. Top 5 favourite gardeners. I should not rank living beings. It is outrageous. Equa. What be going on in here, Rich Mitch? It's a fragrance live stream, of course. How are you? I hope you are well. Jubilation is set in stone, says Frank. I have Aldebaran on the table, says Divine. Haven't tried it yet, though. Give it a spray. Let's have live first impressions. Tell us what you think. Eugene's new mustache is set in stone. Hi, that charming man. You are wearing a rockaba. Horsey Frags is cracking me up, says Sense for Thought. I spray Ganymede and the wife has me scrubbed, says Frank. Laura G says, hey, Jeannie, I was just catching up on Discord. Your holiday looks beautiful. How fetching. It does. She is in the sun and having a lovely time. I purchased a 4-sample set. Ambra Nargile, Rosa Gabbana, Vetiver Tonka and Oud Alazan. So that is the 415 mils. I think that's a great little deal, you know. I think that's a great way to buy. Because if you get through one of them, you can be pretty confident that you want a bottle or not by the end of it, you know. And they're cool. Those little bottles are mint. Jonathan says, I'm making a leathers list and it's dawned on me how brilliant the original Rhinoceros is. It's a tough one to come out with. Me and Eugene did a top 10 leathers and it was not easy. Oud, Indian oud, horsey, says Frank. Rosa Gabbana doesn't get enough attention, says Karen. The Hermes sample set 15 mils is such a good deal, says Frank. It is, yes. Oh, thanks, Laura. It's lovely so far. Looking forward to seeing more. Hope you're doing okay too. Don't go too authentic. Don't want the risk of another horse getting frisky with you, says Vauxhall Jim. Jonah Whip. Amber Sultan is your scent of the day. Like it more and more every time. One of the great fragrances. I fucking love that shit so much. Fuck, it's brilliant. Have you smelled Oud and Amber from Cartier, Rich? Maybe. Yes, I want to say. I think it was one of the nicer ones. Oud and Santal, I think, was quite good, but it had a lot of polish about it. Oud Alazan is good. 10 years too late, says Frank. Yes. Jim says Duck Top 5 video games. Red Dead 2, Red Dead 2, Red Dead 2, Red Dead 2, Red Dead 2. Divine says, one spray on paper opens powdery smoky. Very bizarre contrast of notes. Slightly green too. Smells like grilled cucumber. I like Poivre Samarkand, but I don't gel my hair and don't wear an expensive tailored striped suit, so it doesn't go with my style at all, says Spaced Out. What happened to that other game Rich was playing? Is that one ditched now? No, it's not. It just wanted a massive update. So while it was updating, I just played Red Dead yesterday. I agree, says Michael John. That 15mm set is such a great option, and customer service I received from Hermes specialist was amazing. And I kind of missed that pampering feeling. That's always nice. Amber Sultan is better than Shergi, says PK. Rich, give me your thoughts on the maceration is nonsense. Making a vid about it, says Sense for Thought. Yes and no. If you buy a fragrance and then you have to macerate it, then it's bollocks. It's absolute bullshit. But it will macerate naturally as you use it anyway, right? But if you have to buy one and it's like, like you have to macerate it to get it what it is, you've been robbed. You've been robbed. You've been like completely and utterly fucking done, and you're an idiot. And you should look at yourself and say, stop. Because there is nothing anybody can actually do to help you. You've got to help yourself at that point. Seriously. It's bullshit. But your fragrance will change over time, naturally. It just will happen, right? So maceration in and of itself is not nonsense. But if you buy a fragrance and you have to macerate it to get it to change to what you want it to be, you've been absolutely done. You've been mugged off and they're laughing at you. Although I've just downloaded it to the laptop on Richard's talk of it, says Jonathan. Yes. Laura J says, please can you come over to Shea Gardner sometimes? I'd like to go live with you again and do a duck frequently asked questions. Interview you. She wants to interview me, folks. Should I? Possibly. Maybe when you no longer have the lurgy and you cannot do me an infec. I love that one spaced out, says Karen. To me it gives hippie, not suited, but to each their own. I need to find a bag of Poivre Samarkand, unloved, awesome Jean Claude Elena fragrance. Rachel says, I kind of want an in-betweeny horsey, but yes, maybe Paddock is the holy grail. The horsey grail. Could be. Is Paddock easier to get now? No, not anymore. I don't think so. You can ring. I don't think it was in well, it was at Toronto, but I don't think it was in America. Might have been, I don't know. But no, it's not easier to get. To me, it is absolutely a rich, suited and booted, mature man, says Spaced Out. Divine says, dry down smells more tuberose forward, but there's still implied smokiness. Tuberose can be smoky. Mostly green tuberose, in my opinion. Very artsy overall. No chance I'd buy this one. I don't like tuberose, to be fair. I don't like any of those Bauoirs. They're too verbose. They're too neon. They're just too much. You know? I like the classic style. So these like modern neon power bomb fragrances, just not my thing. Like, Poivre is barista hipster who usually a Le Labo person, says James. Hi, Empty Sense. James, my other fragrance is a Le Labo. Macerate is so misunderstood. Yes. These kids sound smart and in the know. Yes, but they're not. Having once been a kid, I know that kids are not smart and in the know. And if they are, something has probably gone wrong along the way, which has exposed them too quickly to fucking the secrets of life. Next kid sounds smart and in the know. Poivre is every man. Hi, Ron. Labo's my number one favorite, but I was never really a hipster. They do many different styles. I actually like their eucalyptus. It's really nice. I don't know that I would buy it. In fact, I do know that I wouldn't buy it, but I do like it. I like the lavender as well, and if I could get it for half the price, I'd probably buy that. Oh yes, when I am germ-free, I think people would love the foolishness. People are massive fans of our foolishness. Though I've been absent from Discord and YouTube, so many people think, who is this woman? You should do some cat content for the people. We will share it on the Discord, and then they will know. Ambrose Sultan is too culinary. Prefer LDDM, says Sense for Thought. Yes, Laura, I miss you and Duck doing lives. Divine says, Tina, no worries. I obviously didn't spray it on skin. But that's what I got off one spray, and I experienced smelling Marc-Antoine Barbour. This doesn't appear to have Marc-Antoine Barbour's signature synthetic DNA, thank God. I found a 100ml bottle of Roadster in a cheap chain store, $53. Thanks, Rich, for putting me onto it. Well, I am happy for you that you could get it, because it is wonderful. Any fragrance between old and new Amber Sultan? Any difference between old and new Amber Sultan? A little bit, not. Oh. Not to the point where it's ruined. It's not ruined. It's not as. It's not as. It's not as in focus as it used to be. Maceration is finite, isn't it? Mature, oxidate, degrade. It's what gives them their character down the road, says Jonathan. Empty Senses found a gem. Congrats. Yes, Claire Smith did a video about that, says Karen. Banger indeed. I am more than just a cat mother, Richard. But the cats are fantastic. Spaced out, they aren't horrible, but they definitely have a certain type of following, says James. Laura G should do a video called 5 Ways to Spot an Incel, says Karen. Why am I doing that video, Karen? Says Laura G. So, my fragrance today was Cardinal because the Pope perished. And then that Schwab guy fucking resigned from the WEF. My mate was like, these things always come in threes. I was like, well, I did just stub me toe. And he was like, there you go. So there's been things going on in the world. Ooh. It's been an interesting old day. I'm not sure what I will wear tomorrow. What do I have to do this week? Nothing tomorrow or Wednesday, but on Thursday, I have an appointment. And that'll be okay. Why am I doing that video? It would be great. It would do great. And you have expertise in incel. Wear clothes. Well, some days I don't bother to wear clothes. I'm not sure I do. Do I? How do you know this? Pat Lester says, hello, Rich. Scent of the day is Lauder for Men. Lauder for Men is very good. I haven't worn that so far this year. This has been sitting on top of it. This is Parlez-moi Parfum Oris Tattoo. This is very smooth and nice, and it's been a little bit warm, I think. It's been a little bit warm, I think, to be whipping this out, although I am a massive fan. I got this half price on sale at what's it called? Les Santos, and it's really nice. Oh. A lowercase gets attention. Oh. Lowercase gets less attention. Perhaps it is not my ADHD. I am not sure what knowledge I have. I too lose track of what knowledge I have about things. I'm in the Discord too, Laura. I remember last year. Monia El Mardi says, did you ever see that dude on Dragon's Den that pitched a fragrance brand? No. No, I didn't. Laura J says, oh, I'd like a dragon-scented fragrance. Fiery. It would be smoky. Remember, you didn't like Tyrannosaurus Rex by the zoologist, yes. Not like Zoologist Dinosaur, which is just bad barbecue. Like having a space between two words. Oh, Paroli is here. How are you? Have you been buying any creeds recently? Tell us about your creeds. What's been going on? The Zoologist Dinosaur. Have you smelled any more of those, Laura G? Any more of the Zoologist? Zoologist. No, I bought a vintage Musk Ravageur. Ah, you finally bought it. You plug up the courage to buy that one, eh? Are you looking forward to it? Nice, says Empty Stand. Is it similar to Iris Dinawee? Is what similar to Iris Dinawee? Is what similar to Iris Dinawee? I was kind of disappointed. Yes, I'm terrified. No, I think dragon will be sort of amber, leather, and magical. No, maybe I should do a live reaction smells. Oh, does it smell like does this smell like Iris in a week? Yeah, a little bit. This is kind of dull. This kind of feels a bit like like Prada's Iris, but without that kind of cedary aspect to it. It's very flat. I get hand cream from this. I get hand cream from Oris Tattoo, if I'm being honest. It's kind of, you know how it's got that kind of flat moisturizing kind of thing. There's a bit of scent, but then it also smells of it also smells of a little bit of scent and a little bit of like flat moisturizer. Secret Scarab is on my want list, says Filippo. Love the wine accordion. I actually think that smells really, really good, but it's not something I want to smell of. It's not something I want to smell of, you know? If Zoologist did a fantasy animal line, I'd like to try it. Mitra talked about... Oh my God! Excuse me. If Zoologist did a fantasy animal line, I'd try it. Mitra talked up Harvest Mouse, and now I want to try it. I actually quite liked Harvest Mouse. I think it was boozy, wasn't it? I had a strange thought the other day, says Jonathan. What if someone designed an edible liquid to accompany each fragrance to match the composition in taste? So you get pictures to do with fragrances, don't you? You could have music to do with it too. On the subject of Creed, haven't they changed original vetiver? Yeah, they've changed all of them. They've all been reformulated. Yes, I am going to combine fragrance and books and design a fantasy animal line. Dragon, wyvern, unicorn, mermaid. Or just a fantasy line, no animal required. John, that's an interesting thought. Mixed media perfumes. You know, perfumes that have different, like, sensory crossovers, you know. Ooh. Does anyone like the new Zoologist bottles? No, I don't think anybody does, actually. Why not just make an edible perfume? You can spray on the skin and mouth. I hope Zoologists make a TLTG-inspired fragrance, says Spaced Out. Don't like them at all, says Filippo. No, I don't think we like change, you know. I like this, though. I'm not going to lie to you. This is called Hubert by Sisley. Le Rêve. It is very nice. Very nice. Geranium mint. Smells like a garden. It's fresh. It's floral. It's clean. It's really good. Right, like an all scents fragrance. I feel like I should be patenting that somehow, says Jonathan. Have you tried King Cobra? I haven't tried any of them since like Parakeet, whichever one it was. I kind of dig them. They remind me of the old world classic style bottles. Laura G says, I think, fuck. Laura G says, I think it would be cool to have a perfume that when you sprayed on the skin, it made cool colours and patterns that faded in a few seconds. You can get chemicals that will change the colour of your skin. There's them blue people from the mountains in America, isn't there? They like live in like Tennessee or somewhere like that. They've got blue skin, and until recently, they didn't know how to treat it. But then they gave them some sort of they gave them some sort of concoction, and now they're not blue anymore. I had a cocktail once that was supposed to taste like Amouage Interlude. Wasn't bad. Unusual. Boudica Woad was originally coloured geranium and mint. Geranium can sometimes come off minty, the essential oil. I have to try this now. My cup of tea is this empty scent. It really is fantastic. It's called Hubert. Hubert. It's a sizzly and it's fantastic. Just like, I don't know, a little temporary tattoo for 5 or 10 seconds. Laura, Sauvage au Fort. I would absolutely buy infinite perfume to see the pattern or colour. Some people see patterns and colours when they have, when they smell things. It's called synesthesia. Oh! I need to revisit Nascimento Barahonda to be exact, is spaced out. Barahonda. Too much silver ingestion turns you blue like a smurf, if I remember right. I'm not sure why people would be huffing on silver. But, you know, it's up to you. I am going to go now. I am sleepy and will hope my germs are gone by the morning. Pray for me, please, says Laura G. Spaced Out says, Nascimento Blancmange has to be in the top 5 bottles ever made to me. Vauxhall Jim says, years ago they had a limited edition pickled onion monster munch that made your tongue blue. Me and my now ex-girlfriend bought as many bags as we possibly could in the pub we saw them in. I have some pickled onion monster munch mayo in the fridge, says Laura G. Good night, Laura G. And pickled onion monster munch are nice, but they turn your face inside out. Welcome, Often Licked. How are you? Can oak moss in vintage perfume real extract deteriorate, spoil? I imagine it can, but I haven't smelled oak moss as one of the last things to go, I would have thought. Big molecules. Big, hefty, beastie molecules, you know. Thick. Rotund. So you're probably left with, after everything else goes, you're probably left with just an oak moss fragrance, like, before everything dies. Just wore that Boudica Woad recently. Love that fragrance. What is it like? Boudica Woad. Often Licked says, not too bad. On my way home from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. Getting stretched out. Yeah, oak moss is one of the last things to go in a fragrance. I've got or had a fragrance called Braggy or Bragi by Revlon, and it had all gone west. The whole fragrance had died apart from the oak moss. Galen made a video about it, well described. I really want to sample Kyoto. Is there any fragrances that smell similar to it? No, you used to be able to get samples of Kyoto from Lucky Scent, if I remember correctly. Often says, how hard is it to send samples from mainland Europe to the UK now? It's easy. It's easy to get them in. You just can't get them out. That's the problem. Baron is another one I've rediscovered recently. Lovely stuff. Who was it who was wearing a... Someone was wearing a... it was Vic. Vic was wearing one of the Nasa Martos today, and I can't remember. It might have been Baronda, actually. Karen says, I haven't smelled anything similar to Kyoto personally. Kyoto's like incense, but with cypress. So it's quite green, you know. It's really nice. That is my spring and summer incense type thing. And I wear Avignon in the autumn and the winter. Fantastic. Oh dear. I'm yawning like fuck. What is going on? Ooh, I've just remembered I must take my tablets. Lest I perish. Lest I perish. Right. Here. Take this one. Okay. How tasty. Okay. Where are we? I haven't smelled anything. Zagorski's not best, Germs, you rascal. I cherish my bottle of Kyoto. It's not the strongest fragrance, though. No, it's not. No, it's not the strongest. You're not wrong. It's good, but it's not like potent, you know. Where am I? Good to know. Got Sisley's Eau de Campagna Vintage with Evinia Brunastri listed on the box. Nice. Eau de Campagna is a lovely fragrance. Jonathan says, Frederick Malle Monsieur has hit the top of my list. Gonna have to pick that up. Amber Woods. I got a lot of amber wood from that. I finally figured out what it is that keeps putting me off about that fragrance. Oh, James reminded me, Zagorski smells similar with an iris added, says Karen. Dahlia, which indeed makes it the best. Hit the like, homies. Sorry, I keep fucking yawning like a tired old git. Geranium Paul Monsieur is nicer to me, says Often Licked. Yeah, I like Geranium Paul Monsieur as well. It's a great fragrance, especially in the heat, you know. I swear they only make 20 bottles a year, says Parody to Jonathan. I can never find it discounted. Frederick Malle Monsieur gave me a headache. I wanted to like it, says James. I wanted to like it as well, but I had to sell my bottle. I really struggled with it. I tried to wrap my head around it, but it was very difficult to like it, you know. I'm gonna put you back. So that is the latest niche thing that I have discovered. Le Rêve. Rêves. Paroli, what do you want, says Mitra K. He wants, what does he want? Monsieur by Frederick Malle. I like the more fresh offerings from Frederick Malle far more, says James, than the darker stuff. I take each Frederick Malle on its merits, like, or how I tend to like them, whichever, because they're all so different and individual and striking. Why can't I stop yawning? Like, I have to take, like, Iris Poudre is awful. The modern Iris Poudre is foul to me. It smells chalky, it smells like dusty, it's horrible. But this older one is fucking amazing. It's smooth, it's clean, it's fresh, it's nimble, it's cool. That's how it smells. It smells cool. Lanier Smith used to call them a cool blonde. That's what it smells like. Paroli wants everything, says Karen. Never mind any of that. I can't put off picking up that incense line from Comme des Garçons, says Jonathan. Go, go, go. Buy, buy, buy. They are relatively cheap, says James, and he's not wrong. Filippo says, I am a big fan of En Passant. En Passant. I can't remember En Passant. What is it? What's it like? How is it? How does it do? Paroli, I found Monsieur for 140 USD, I think. Not bad. Is that for 100 mil? Be careful. The Frederick Malles get copied quite a lot because the bottles aren't hard to... They're not hard to... to clone. I think the Alchemist Garden line is going to get discontinued. Gucci is trying to change their whole look to minimalism and leaving their over-elaborate flower patterns behind. Stands to reason the fragrances would match, says Karen. Hey, Gucci's on its arse. Do you know Gucci and LV were the same size company 20 years ago? Like, actually, Louis Vuitton, not LVMH, Louis Vuitton, the company, and Gucci were the same size 20 years ago. They are not anymore. Sniffed Bromley English Fern the other day, not expecting much, and it was lovely. Totally reminded me of Jiggy. Bought a bottle, and yes, it's similar. To my nose, anyway. Interesting. Bromley English Fern. Is Bromley the name of the house? No, James, you're right, and I've got to stop procrastinating. En Passant is a lily scent. It's all right. En Passant is beautiful. I just recently sampled, says James. Don't like white flowers. Don't like Lily. Don't like Lily. She bullies me. She bullies me. She beats me up. She says mean things to me. It is a green lilac from Olivia Giacobetti. I'm a fan of Olivia Giacobetti. She did Hermes by Hermes, which is a wonderful fragrance. It's great in the heat. Germs and his old lady scents. Yes, he likes to attract the old ladies, that's right. As he's always lurking about the old ladies, you know, trying to blend in with his lily scent, or these lily scents. Yeah, this Hubert, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time. I'm gonna come back to it. It's got a dryness in the mid, which feels like hay, and I'm not sure how I feel about said hay. You know? I'm not sure how I feel about said hay. Hay's okay sometimes not. Like the stream, says Dropout. How are you? How are you doing? Le Parfum de Thérèse is wonderful, says Germs. Too classic for me. I really wish one day, I really wish one could buy Comme des Garçons other places besides Lucky Sense. Their bottles sell for almost half off second hand, but nobody resells them because they are good. There's a place where I've discovered around here that's actually got Comme des Garçons in store. They've got that Jaisalma. They've got that Jaisalma fragrance, which is one of the incense series, but that's the only one they've got. And I'm like, why haven't they got Zagorsk? And why haven't they got, there's Jaisalma, Zagorsk, Avignon, Kyoto, and there's Uwazazate. Uwazazate. I'm thinking of picking up a Volden away in the B bottle, says Often Licked. I don't like. Do you know you can get it in the Volden away? You can get them in Europe. There's a place, and I can't remember what it's called at all, but you can buy them in the propeller bottle still. I can't remember what it's called. I don't like white florals too, says Mitra. Jeans don't lie, and this is the proof. Good night there to you, Rich. Welcome, John. John. How you doing? Dahlia, the Dover Street Market has everything for a good price, says James. I am not at home. I will watch it later. Love you all, says Dropout. That's incredibly weird. Jaisalmer and Ouazzazate aren't popular at all. That's probably why they've got them in the store, to try and push them out, you know. I like a good neroli, says James. I'm funny with neroli. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Lovely ones. Yes, Bromley of the bath cubes your granny had. Outrageous. James Bond did not wear cologne, but he did like lime bath cubes by Guerlain. It's in one of the books. Starts with a G, says Mitra. That's why I was so surprised, says Rachel. Jonathan says, I feel like I should have had Le Bleu and Jiggy and Mouchoir de Monsieur. Bye. Can't find the propeller bottle for a good price right now, says Often Licked. Often Licked, where are you? He is in Germany. He said earlier. He said, I'm in Germany. I love me some hay, says Rachel. Hay. Have you tried paddock? Do you like paddock? What do you think of paddock if you have tried paddock? And what do we have here? Sorry, friends, I've got distracted. What's going on? Why won't it let me access my own video? There it is. What do we make a vintage Lapidus pour on? It's good. Where the hell's Bobby? Says Paroli. I picked up a Le Bleu ADP modern bottle for 49 quid shipped, says Often Licked. Rich favourite Montal? Honey Oud. But it's not a high bar. It's probably wandering around Costco, says Jonathan. Oh, text me on Instagram, says Mitra. He told me the gel fixed the shower, but sink continues to be a problem. Just threw on some Gris Clair. Damn, it's so good. Is that the one that Jenna Ortega likes? Lily, stop texting him. Where is Lilith? Lapidus pour on or Ted Lapidus pour on, says Jonathan. Jonah wants to know what I think of vintage Lapidus pour on. It's good. It's very good. It's a good fragrance. Oh! Oh, God, what was that fragrance called by Bogart? Pour on. Bogart Pour On is really good, too. Where are we? I don't know who that is, but it's a Lavender Surge, says James. Jenna Ortega. Oh, Gree Claire. All right, I was thinking Gree Dior. Sorry. You do know who that Jenna Ortega is. She's a famous actress. Scent of the day is a Zaro Pour On recent formulation, says John. Lovely scent, but not for hot weather. Doesn't push through the perspiration. Goes straight to oak moss. Rich to have an older bottle. I have an original formulation and I have a late 90s formulation too. Yes, it's a very, very lavender heavy is the late 90s version. Lily and Bobby aren't here at the same time. I know what's up, says Karen. I'm going to tell her you said that. John, get the low version, says Jonathan. I wrote the horsey perfume message. I'd love some Paddock limited edition. Sadly. Get it? If you were in the UK, I would send you a sample. But I don't know if you are. Whichever one in the grey bottle with a built-in sprayer. That's the Lapidus Pour On, isn't it? That is the Lapidus Pour On. Oh my goodness. I secured a backup bottle of something today, and I was very pleased to do so. There was a an auction, and I contacted the person whose auction it was, and I said, hey, you told me a couple of weeks ago that when you got a bottle of this, you would let me know and I could buy it. And they were like, oh yeah, you did. And I was like, yeah, here's what I will pay for it. And they said, yeah, all right then. So I did pay for it. And I got my backup bottle, so it should be arriving this week. Sold a perfume today as well. And the perfume I sold was the L'instant de Guerlain Christo d'Agrumes. I got rid of that today. Someone bought it. Very rare flanker. There is a video coming up on it tomorrow. Big grapefruit. Not a grapefruit fan. Not a grapefruit fan. It smells like L'instant, but with a huge, fat, crystalline grapefruit at the top. Not great. Not great, because I don't like grapefruit, so there we are. Tobacco Oud. Actually, no, Jared, it wasn't Tobacco Oud. It wasn't Tobacco Oud. It was Frenchy Lavande. I got a backup, a 200ml backup of Frenchy Lavande for half retail. So it was 200ml for £200. And I sold the Christo d'Agrumes today for 130 quid. So basically I've paid 70 quid of my own money for a 200ml of that Frenchy Levant, which I absolutely love. I fucking love that, even though it's not the original one in the red wooden bottle. Like, I'm absolutely over the moon with that. Rachel, if you are in the UK, drop me a comment, right, on the Papillon video today or the fragrance rotation video from yesterday, right, and I'll send you my email address and I can arrange to send you a sample. I'll just send you. I'm not like, I don't want like money of anything. Yes, of paddock, yeah. And almost anything else. I can't think of anything else that I wouldn't send you a sample of, you know. So just send just any sort of message. Just say hi, you know, and I'll send you email address and then we can sort it out. Mitra in shambles. Oh no. I've always been curious about that flanker. Just imagine vintage Lidge, right, with the base a little bit reduced, so it's not as thick, right? It's not as thick, but with a massive crystalline grapefruit lemon sort of thing at the top. Meh. Just not, nah, not my thing. Don't like grapefruit. We know this. We know I don't like grapefruit. I wanted that Linstone, goddammit, says James. I am dying, says Mitra. Oh. Often like says, so I take it, not a fan of Pamplaloon. I was just about to mention Pamplaloon. I'm not a fan of Pamplaloon, actually. I like that. It's funny. Pamplaloon is probably the best of its kind as far as grapefruit's concerned. But I just don't like grapefruit. I can appreciate Pamplaloon for what it is. I can appreciate that Lidge for what it is. But as a matter of like what I like and what I want to wear, I ain't buying it, you know? I ain't going to buy it and smell it and wear it and shit like that. Oh, I am in the UK, would love a sample, please, can buy it. No, you don't have to buy it, I'll just send you the fucking sample, it's no bother. Oh yeah, I am excited, says Mitra. I'm not a grapefruit fan, but it's wonderful and platine privé, says James. I love grapefruit. Of paddock. I want a sample of paddock too, says Mitra. Hang on a minute. Would love to smell Frenchy Levant. Filippo would send you a sample of Frenchy Levant. It's been discontinued. That's why I was so desperate to get it back up. Like, I know I've got a 200ml bottle, but I wear it like a cologne. I reapply it 3 times a day. You know what I mean? I reapply Frenchy Levant 3 times a day, so I can get 200ml for 200 quid of a backup. Brilliant. That Jura Rose. I wore Pavarotti yesterday, says Jura. Lovely. One of the great fragrances, possibly the most underrated fragrance. Whew. It's a beautiful grapefruit. I heard grapefruit isn't all that keen on you either. Shut up. What have grapefruits done to you? You cannot take grapefruit juice with certain medications. So I just don't drink that shit. Otherwise that shit will fuck you up. That's true, that. They are not melons, and that's their sin. Yes, we are big fans of melons. I heard you got kicked off Grapefruit's Discord. Fuck grapefruit. But you like Terre de Hermes. Don't get grapefruit from Terre de Hermes, Emery. I just don't get it. I get the orange. Grapefruit unsubbed and blocked you on Insta. That would never be called dead. Yeah, grapefruit went sour. Hate posted on the jerks, says James. Oh, that's overrated, Rich. If you stay in enough hotels, you develop a taste for grapefruit, says Jura Rose. That sounds like a swinger. Ooh. Dirty old people in the chat. Even the young ones. Maybe blood orange, then. I get the orange, tangy orange from Terre de Hermes, but I don't get grapefruit from it. There's plenty of fragrances with grapefruit in, Or they say they've got grapefruit in, but I don't get the grapefruit that's in them. Is there something similar to Frenchy Lavande for comparison? Ooh. Mate, it might still be in the shops. You might still be able to get some. What's your take on Jaipur Homme EDP? Jaipur Homme. Didn't I have Jaipur Homme in that metallic cast metal bottle? Possibly. It's all right. It was a little bit, I got something a little bit stingy about it. Oh. Yeah, it was a little bit sparkly at the top. It was a little bit polishy. You know? Didn't like that about it. Maybe Blue Orange. Is there something similar? I like Mandarin. Yeah, I like Mandarin. I know what Mandarin you like. Au Givre is much more grapefruit, says Artisan. Green Mandarin. Someone I know picked up a Frenchy Lavande from a UK Guerlain boutique. I know a UK Guerlain boutique that's got it in still, but it's discontinued. They're not renewing the stock. And they are £420 a bottle. I paid half that today. Not paying full price. I'm not paying. It's not worth £420, but £200. It's worth every penny. You know, it's a fantastic fragrance, and it's discontinued. So I got it half price, and it's discontinued, and I love it. It's brilliant. Very happy. Very, very happy. Sicilian Mandarin by Xenia is wonderful. Those Xenias were really nice, but fucking well overpriced. A lot of grapefruit notes are cleaned up. Grapefruit is usually more butyric vomit. Blah, blah, blah. Is Dunhill Icon Original appropriate for office use, says Emery? I would have thought so. I would always stick to something softly lavender or softly iris for the office. Nothing with character, basically. Oris Tattoo. Oris Tattoo would be really good for the office. I paid 200 quid for a bottle today. I think it was about 200 quid plus shipping. Solid pickup, mate, or I've had it. It's a different one I'm after, says James. Half that, you lucky twin. Yes, yes, yes. Karen says, Eau de Gentian Blanche gets a bad rep as a bell pepper fragrance. It is much more complex than that. Rachel says, I can't work out what your email is. No. Just leave a comment. Just leave a comment on one of my videos, like the video I did today, the Papillon fragrance, or the fragrance rotation from yesterday, one of my last two videos. Just leave a comment, and then I will reply to your comment with my email address, and then you will have it. Eau de Gentian Blanche gets a bad rep as a bell pepper fragrance. It is much more complex than that. Yeah, I like Eau de Gentian Blanche. It's very nice. I love Icon for work, says Galen. Bois de Riz, says Mitra. Rich, I want to send you some Eldo decants I didn't see you talk about the Afternoon of the Fawn. And I got 2 bottles of that one, for example. I've got a first impression series on that. There's a playlist of me doing them, so it might be there, it might not be. I might not have smelled it. Après Lundi for office, says Mitra. Xenias used to be cheap. It might come off as cheap, says Philippe, but that orange mandarin and incense combo on Bulgari Aqua Amara drives me crazy. Mitra, I need to try it. Hermes, for me, it's CK1 with iris in a good way. I checked the series and it wasn't in there. Well, then I probably haven't smelled it, yeah. Which one, Germ, says Mitra? Excuse me. Anything is good for office if you don't spray too much onto cowards, says Karen. HR will get involved. HR will get involved. I would go for something that smelled like cleaning, like bathing product, you know. And if I had to work in an office all the time, I would wear Oris Tattoo all the time in there. I think I am going to wear Gucci Guilty Absolute Pour Homme to the office this week. Rich, what's your fragrance you're most proud of having? Probably the Vintage Derby, the 200ml. That Balenciaga Pour Homme. The Bois d'Argent Eau de Cologne. The original Chergui, the green coloured Chergui. The original formulation of Azzaro Pour Homme. There's quite a few fragrances I'm quite proud of owning, you know. More like, proud of owning is probably the wrong way of putting it. Probably just like happy that I've got them, you know. Like proud of owning, I'm not sure. I've got the original version of Loewe para Ombra. That is fucking fantastic. Jesus. Nexon? Maybe not Nexon. So is it true that most Prada is appropriate for work? Yeah, to be fair. Prada Amber Pour Homme for office is fantastic. That's true. I've got your comment, Rachel. I'll reply after the... Actually, I'll tell you what. You can tell me... Reply to that message telling me you've got it. This fucking phone is turning to shit. I think I'm gonna wear Gucci Guilty Absolute Pour Homme. Is it true? Cologne Aficionado is good for the office as well, yes, but it can be a little dry, a little starchy. Amber Pour Homme for the office and watch people defend themselves in my presence is me true. One Spray Wonders, Delicate but Pura, bleh, gross. Original Vetiver is good for the office, might have a little bit too much character. What is the CK1 equivalent for woodsy scents? I'm so bummed I missed the D-squared Hewood line. I've got Rocky Mountain Hewood and it's fantastic. Prada Amber Pour Homme is great, for instance, says Emery. That's true. Frederick Malle's the night for the office. I jest, says Marceau. My office is plywood mill, so I hear whatever I want, says James. Dior Jules, Hermes, Bellamy. Not sure either of those are good for the office, mate. Depends where your office is, I suppose. What are best other suggestions for office use? If anybody has any suggestions for office, I'm looking for some really simplistic woody scents like a dry oak or cedar or musk in the background, says SM. Anything by Prada, says Karen. So, James, you're telling us to handle your wood for a living. Encre Noir. James wears woody fragrances to work when he wants to smell invisible, says Karen. White offices draw out blandness because they're bland places full of bland people doing bland things. Chanel Jersey is good for office. Any L'Homme would work at the office. I'm not sure it would. A little bit sweet. Maybe that's just me. I'm going to mute you for 60 seconds, says Alright. Oh no, I am being kicked to the curb once again. Rachel, I have responded to your comment. Let me know when you have it. Because I don't want to leave that up in case weird people come and get my email and start sending me things I don't want to see. For an actual wood scent, I recommend Woody Mood by Olfactive Studio. Proper wood shop, says Rachel. Beau de Jour. Jura Rose was a massive fan of me wearing Beau de Jour last week. Cristal always fits the bill, says Jura. Dahlia, Sequoia for the win. Eau Sauvage, Chanel Boy. Jersey has white musks that turn weird on me. Trying to get rid of a 200ml bottle of it at the moment. Bentley Absolute Goat Cheapy, says James. Chanel Sycamore. Often licked Al Encre Noir a shot then. I've heard it's been reformulated, not what it used to be. White musks hate my skin, says Sam for Thought. Encre Noir is gross, says Karen. I will send you feet pics to your email, says RN. Weird. You smelled like soap, says Jura. Dry soap. You liked it. I clear my work calendar for the rest of the day so I can choose the perfect fragrance for the office tomorrow, says Galen. It's a very important thing. Never tried Encre Noir, says Mitra. Chanel Les Eaux are safe for the office. Some of them. If anyone wants to trade, I'll accept Balenciaga. Poor Homs, says Sense for Thought. I thought FTW meant fuck the world. It does to me. Karen, did you not mean Lalique, did you? Drop the soap, says Jura. Stop that. Filippo says, I work in a hospital, so I can't wear in office just anything that comes to mind. This month I've been wearing Melemba by Parfum d'Empire quite a bit. Lalique Pour Homme Lion bottle is good. Encre Noir smells cheap as fuck. Top 10 office fragrance videos incoming. No. What does it stand for? I have no idea. I mean, for the win. That's what happy people think it stands for. Rachel, I have responded to your comment. Have you seen my response? Have you got my response? Have you taken down my email? If so, please tell me. Please take it very quickly. Encre Noir is the king of all. Encre Noir is the most fragrance you can get for the money, like. Karen, I prefer the Equus to the Leon myself. Probably both are nice, though. Encre Noir is beautiful too. Yes, I've responded and got it. Marvelous. What am I looking at? Where are we? Got. Okay. I will. He delete. Okay, send me an email. Where am I? I don't know where I am. There I am. I'm not keeping up very well. Oh. I haven't tried the Horsey best mood lifting fragrances, bright sunny things, sparkly things, fresh things. Things that you love. I work in a hospital and I wear on Taste and Silver Rouge. Just go light and under clothes. It also depends on your skin chemistry too, because some stuff can go very evil very quickly, you know. Best mood lifting, says Mosso. Haven't tried the horsey, says Karen. To be honest, in hospital, rolling a bit of essential oil on your upper lip helps keep the hospital stench away, says Mitra. Karen, what does the lion head fragrance smell like? The Leek White is also a great cheapie. Shout outs to Broadeep. Many thanks, says Rachel. Dodo Hermes works fine in the office, says Bellamy. Vetiver, £65 a good deal, gang. Yeah, I think so. Eau Sauvage or Eau de Rochas. Eau Sauvage. Lalique Pour Homme smells like a nice fougere, says Karen. Lalique Pour Homme smells like Beau de Jour. I think someone compared that Lalique Lion Head fragrance to Bois de Portugal. Is that accurate? Yes. Yes. Not quite, John, says Jonathan. Eldo fil de often like says Eldo fil de dieu de riz et de agrumes lifts my spirits because the steamed rice opening is so funny. A bit of a genre in general is my go-to for hospital. Yeah, I can say that. But it's worth going after for a cheapie. It's a lot of lavender with a super green patchouli base, says Cara. Molinard Lavande is also a great cheapie. Yes. I must go and dehydrate, my friends. If you would like to like the stream while I am away, it would make my day. I'd be very happy. Oh! My God. He is stiff. Is he not? Oh. Oh my goodness me, you've been talking so much. Now I have to try and catch up. Bastards. I was only away for 2 minutes. Ooh. Rich just mentioned Beau de Jour. Bois de Portugal too. Boas de Portugal. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Love Vetiver Pamplemousse, says Philippe Ohm. Beau de Jour is also Fougeresque. Listen for the stream. Do not. So good, Filipino. Oh my god, the Malinade Lavanda is exceptionally beautiful. When I got it, I wasn't expecting much, but it's amazing. Yes, a moment of silence, says Mitra. The Lique Pour Homme Leon is very woody green to me. I still enjoy it. Who is stiff, says Mitra. What the fuck? 18 plus, dehydrating, strong stream. The Spanish cat is awake. Are we listening? Oh my god, what is wrong with you? I don't like you. This is the most important part of the physical exam, says Mitra. Auscultation for the strength of Stram. We have to make sure he's healthy, says Dallas. My god. I think I heard a toot. That was me, James. Stop it. My god. Didn't wash his hands. He always washes his bloody hands. Oh, you're outrageous, says Off and Lick. They are! They are! Swing it in a circle like a helicopter. Talking, says Mitra. Recharging the stone. Oh my god, probably I ain't going to a washroom in your house ever. You people are mad. You people are mental. Crazy peeps. Stop that. Oh. Well, probably ain't going to your washroom house ever. I'll tell you what, I haven't worn much this year. My lavender fougere amber things. Me and Gayla were talking about this. It truly is. It truly is one of the great fragrances. Drink another glass for the previous pope. Which previous pope? Adults, they weren't here for the Barf Stream Duck. No, that was a while ago now. People were like, keep it on! And I'm like, no, that's so rough. I think some people just tune in to listen for you pissing. Yeah, that's definitely a thing, you know. Farts in a jar will be next. We care about you and your health, says Mitra. Paroli was here for the Barf Stream, that's right. I remember, says Karen. I don't remember, says Mitra. Bring back the bubbles. Bloody hell, the bubbles, says Jura Rose. Yes, that's right. If you go back to my first few streams, quite a few streams, it was literally just me talking with some bubbles on the screen because I could not sit up for 2 hours at a time. I couldn't sit up for half an hour at a time, to be perfectly honest with you. It was really, really, really painful, that. Yeah. I don't recommend it. Bubbles and Gong. Was the Barf Stream a Creed review marathon? No. Bang your gong. The gong is in storage. I might not be able to do many videos or streams next week, actually, because, well, the guy was supposed to ring us today, but we are actually getting some work done to the house soon. And we're waiting for the motherfucker to get in touch. And he did get in touch on Friday. Good Friday of all days. He got in touch and said, yes, we would like to come and do your house now. And I said, well, okay. And then he never rang us back. And then he's messaged us. And then he didn't fucking ring us back again tonight. So I'm absolutely fucking raging with the cunt. I might not answer when he comes to ring us. Wanker. Bang your gong. Karen says, I've seen those, but talking about them would be stolen valorous. I wasn't around then. No, often it was as your first impression. Stream from the storage room. I will not. Protect your fumes at all costs. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Like Richie G said, he would help us move stuff. Like, yeah, it's going to be a fucking pain in the arse, that. Last time I was Zerjoff Alexandria second, it did me in, says often like, yeah, Zerjoff's a shit. Hello, motherfucker, get in touch. What are you all talking about? Strange humans. You were kicked to the curb. I understand your pain, says Mitra. Oh! I need to take some killers of pain. But wherefore art thou? Please hold while I locate them. Oh! Wow! Does anybody here like House of Matriarch? Rachel, do you like House of Matriarch? Is anyone interested in House of Matriarch? Oh! What's this? It's a happy birthday card. Oh. Hello. Be merry and bright. That's a card from Mitra K. It's not a birthday card, it's just a card. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Oh dear. We are deranged, pain assassins. I tried a Scala Indonesia sample and the smell was great and it lasted all day. Superb ambergris. Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. Like, we are damaged. Me, I've never tried them. Aren't they hard to come by in the UK? But heard very good things. I've got some that I'm actually selling, so I'll send you some samples of them and see what you think. I don't dent the size. I don't like the dent size in my Scala Indonesia. After I find someone who sells decants of Rose de Jamal, then I'll probably get a Scala Indonesia. I've been looking for a good cologne style scent, says Dallas. You can get samples from St. Celia in the UK. Reading the House of Matriarch webpage is a favourite hobby of mine, says. The prices are obscene, like. Rose de Jamal is beautiful, says Rachel. Yes, yes, yes. What did I say? I'm not reading it. Welcome, Phoenician Cedar. How you doing? Rachel, it really is. Still smelling the leek pour rum. I like this more and more every time I smell it. Yeah, it's fantastic. I used to be able to get bottles of that 30 quid. Orange Sirocco does not smell like Baccarat Rouge 540 and Love Don't Be Shy. Giro, oh my fucking God, glass shattered. Love Don't Be Shy. Ethyl Maltol Fluffy. I think that Elite Frags are a no-brainer. So good and so cheap. Yes. Les Unpronounceables are hyped. They're fabulous, though. Incredible fragrances. Yes, yes, yes. Della says, I'm American, Rich. I think she'll ship samples to you in America, like. You just have to pay for shipping, so whether you're willing to do that or not is up to you. Or you can get a sample set, you know, or ask for a sample off somebody who's got a bottle, but I don't know who that'll be in America. See, I haven't been buying things, so I'm not as on the pulse as I once was as far as... I mean, I've got people... I've literally got people on every continent, like Africa and South America included. Mental. Did you like Amethyst? I'm American. They'll be out there somewhere. Oriental Valeurs was the only Les Indomitable I liked, but I'm picky and a hater, says Karen. I haven't sniffed Amethyst because I'm not a fan of berries. It's berries, I think, says Rachel. Lucky Scent sells samples of a Les Indomitable, says RN. Do you have people in Vietnam? No, but there's not a continent. Asia's a continent. I've got people in Japan and mainland Asia. Not in Vietnam. I'm gifting my buddy a Les Dimidable sample discovery set for his birthday. Hope he'll enjoy it. That is a fabulous, fabulous present. Well done. What a good friend you are. Don't they sell travel-sized bottles? Don't think so. Perfume Exquise in Canada has samples and sends to US, says Mitra. Your thoughts on fragrance oils? Bah! Not a fan. I think the fragrance oils you're talking about are the ones where they're like, rub this oil on and it smells like Aventus, or rub this oil on and it smells like fucking, Lamal Elixir or some shit like that. Not great. Save your money. Don't buy them. Just get the real things. It's like buying a super clone watch, mate. You know what I mean? It's just not real. Oh fuck! I'm just fucking essentially fucking spilled water all over myself. If I'm not right though, Phoenician Cedar, let us know. I've heard of them, but I've never known about them. Thanks, Rich. Yeah. Just give them a miss, mate. They're clones, they're fakes. You're going to get fish sauce in a bottle, says Outran. Your masquerade's fish sauce in a bottle. Shout out to the pears. I eat pears now and shit like that. Shout out to all the pear. I have a person in Dhaka, Bangladesh who hooks me up with some super rare supermarket moisturizer. Rub this oil on. Smells like Aventus. Never thought I'd hear you say that. Okay, I wouldn't say it's illustrative of Lalique really, or any I've tried. Wednesday can't come soon enough, says Karen. I've heard of them, but I've never known about them, thanks. I picked up Biarritz, Doug. You were right, really good in the heat. Yes, fantastic. There's a fine-ass citrus. A fine-ass citrus indeed. Oh, what's the time? Oh, I've got another few minutes. Not to worry. I wonder what I will wear tomorrow. Jururo says Patchouli Paris disappointed me on skin. Yes. It's a shitter. It's a shitter on skin, isn't it? It literally just smells like cheap patchouli oil on skin. The opening's really nice. What I'll tell you what does that patchouli thing, syrupy, rich, thick patchouli thing really well is Real Patchouli EDT. You know, Real Patchouli EDT really does that rich, thick, dense patchouli. See that reminiscence? I didn't care for that reminiscence. You know, I didn't care for that reminiscence. I thought it got a little bit weird and a little bit dry. You're officially caught up on the chat, says John. Yes. It's about time. Any other fine-ass citruses you recommend, Rich? The two Les Dimidable colognes, especially Escalon Indonesi. Frenchy Levan's really nice, but that's not much of a citrusy thing, though, is it? The citrus in Homme de Grey is really nice. I'm not a massive citrus person, like I like mandarin citrus. The vintage Eau Sauvage is really good for citrus. What else? The bergamot in Roadster's really nice, but it smells like apple because it's combined with mint. You sound like HR when you say yes. Bloody HR. rascal. It's hard for him to do. His chat actually moves. Ooh. Reminiscence. Welcome, Alicia. Oh, I hate patchouli, but absolutely love the reminiscence which I just got. I'm all of a dither, says Rachel. James is a cat. I tried a vintage Millesime Imperial on the current version. The current version smells like it's a diet fragrance. That is a really good way of comparing vintage fragrances to modern fragrances. The modern ones feel like they've been on a Zempic, you know, like anemic. Oh, sorry. Put that back. Put that up there. I've actually got a vintage Millesime Imperial. I need to put that up for sale. I've worn the OG Eau Sauvage for years, says Rachel. Yeah, it's fabulous. Oh my God, Roadster, I need to wear that this week. Yes, me too. Aqua de Palma has some fantastic citruses. That's true as well. Chypre Azural is a massive orange boob, says Often Licked. Bomb, even. White. Do you think they've changed the recipe for the original Fahrenheit? They've absolutely changed the recipe for the original Fahrenheit. Of course they have. That was changed 25 years ago. The original Fahrenheit ran from the late 80s until 99. And then all of a sudden they just put fucking shit tons of vanilla in it. To be fair, right, Demaché got a hold of it in the late 2000s and made a really good go of taking it back to what it was. Karen, true, James, this chat aged me 8 years today. I want to go out, says Karen. I'm a big fan of Aqua de Palma, Colonia Intensa. Essenza is really nice, but it smells like bug spray. I'll never get over Smurfy Girlie saying it smelled like bug spray. Cartier Eau Fraiche thing, what's it called? Pass. Reminiscence makes some good ones. Lol, Zempic fragrances. Jonah says, any good mint or peppermint fragrances? Loads of them. Eau de Month. Month Fraîche. Geranium Pomme Monsieur. This little number, this, Les Eaux Rêvées, and it's called Hubert. Really nice. Really nice. Dahlia packing my bags right now, says James. Roman, hello. What are your thoughts on Byredo Blanche and Blanche Absolute? I'm not a fan of Byredo, to be honest. The 80s Armani Eau Privé is among the finest citrus aromatics ever made if you're into citrus aromatics, says John. Cartier Declaration. Freudian slip. OG is a bomb. New one is cute. Yes, Declaration. Beautiful frag. Declaration. Weight loss fragrances. Muster Cartier Pour Homme. Montreuil, You Are Someone Like You. Amouage Beach Hut Man. Every time you drop a fragrance, I have a flashback to when I brought my MFK Masculine Pluriel. Devastating. Geranium Pomme Monsieur. Top 10 Zempic fragrances. Hermes. Yeah, that's not a bad show, actually. Mont Fraîche opening is gorgeous. Lana Del Rey fragrances. Is she on the Zempic? I'm a big fan. I like Lana Del Rey. Okay. That's it from me, friends. I'm battered. Old. Tired. Thank you for following the stream, watching the stream, liking the stream, commenting. I'm going to go to bed, perchance to sleep. Thank you, everyone. I will see you all again soon.